Good morning and welcome to the Border League in Las Vegas, Nevada, here at Coronado High School on League Ready. Ninth and final game of our lineup here. As we have a little change in action, we're going to have Hoop Nation out of California taking on AZ Compass. I'm Josh Bennett alongside Mark Mosley here for our action.
We're getting ready for tip-off as we are going to have a fast-paced game with Hoop Nation AZ Compass today. Both teams are ready to run, get out, shoot, so this will be a good game.
Hoop Nation came away with a win yesterday. Come from behind win as AZ Compass wins the tip. Working on the wing now against number 5, Carter Butler, who had a great game for Hoop Nation yesterday. Shot goes up, no good. Stayed possession with AZ Compass. Look for AZ Compass to put a lot of pressure on the ball early. Try to play above the rim.
Refs are resetting the shot clock to 30.
We are playing high school rules here as with the side from. We're going to play 20-minute halves, but 16-minute halves with each 8-minute section acting as the quarter to be able to have our fouls reset. Pass goes inside, goes up. Good for James Turner, number 15 for AZ Compass. Butler on the wing, works to the top.
It looked like AZ Compass in like a man zone.
A little bit of a matchup zone there. Turnover force.
Ooh, hop step. Comes short.
Hoop Nation yesterday relied on their outside shooting to come away with that win in our game yesterday. A little bit deep in the cup, comes out. Possession goes to AZ Compass. Quick inbounds. House brings the ball up the floor. Looks to find Turner, kicks it out for the three. Good
AZ Compass
from House.
with a quick 5-0 start, looking to spread out the lead, play some defense, and get out.
And we have Khalik House and Caden House, twin brothers for AZ Compass.
Fast break opportunity here. 2 on
As
1.
Henry
Foul. Foul is on.
It's going to be on Patton there for Hoop Nation. Shoot. Henry will shoot 2 for AZ Compass. AZ Compass out to a quick 5-0 lead. Make it 6 now with that free throw. Henry listed as a 6'8". And Hoop Nation only has one player listed at 6'8" or taller. And he is not on the floor for them now. Butler brings it up the floor. Working around to Peyton. Back to Butler.
A lot of ball screens.
Rogers.
Baseline block foul.
Block was clean up top, but they're going to get him on the body underneath.
That's on Khalik House.
It's going to be on Khalik House.
First free throw is off. Keeping Hoop Nation scoreless for now.
Of course, here at the Border League, teams are playing as their club teams, but Hoop Nation representing Centennial Corona out of California, coached by Coach Josh Giles. And that's an errant turnover there by AZ Compass. 2 guys going for the ball, nobody from Hoop Nation around, and the ball just bounces out of bounds. Rogers to inbounds. Finds Agbo, back to Rogers in the corner on the pin down screen. Attacks, blocked. AZ coming looking to push the pace. Shot no good. Henry on the rebound.
Drain shots up, off, rebound.
Ball
Goes to
bouncing
ball.
around. Butler comes up with it. Ahead to Rogers. Ahead to Agbo. Back to Agbo on the wing. Looking to get inside. Outside. Back to Agbo. Back to Roger. AZ Compass doing a good job of forcing the ball. Not a lot of penetration. Forces a bad shot. Rebound by Henry. Kalik House now. Working against Butler. Henry up top. Attacks.
Loses the ball, gains it, goes up. Nope, no good. Rebound by Hoop Nation.
Jaden Smith on the rebound. Agbo working inside. Enzor checking in for AZ Compass. Listed here at 7-1. So clear size advantage here for AZ Compass as Rogers gets the inbounds pass. Enzor's going to be working against the much smaller 6'7" Jaden Smith. So pay attention to see how that matchup works. They get Enzor on the switch. Inside.
Hoop Nation hasn't been able to find a bucket yet. They have the lid on the bucket still. Scoring no points in the last 6 minutes. 4 minutes.
And if you're Josh Giles, you have to be preaching. Just keep shooting. Eventually, it's going to fall. We're not going to have a 0 the whole game. So you just got to keep going. Don't get discouraged. Continue to play good defense. Keep the game as close as possible. Because eventually those shots are going to fall. Inbound to Henry. Caden House now working up top. Quincy Wadley there on the points. Corner three for Agbo, and it's good. There you go. See the cup go through one time. Get a turnover. Butler to Rogers.
Rogers for the layup. Foul. Nope. Good defense by Enzor.
And Enzor is going to get fouled going the other way.
I think Enzor left is going to cause a problem at 7-1. Around the rim, it's going to be hard to get shots up. He just stays vertical. Don't foul. Don't try to swipe down. It's going to be hard to get easy layups.
And if you're Hoop Nation, you got to get him on the switches. You're going to have to get smaller guards on him to be able to force him out of the paint, to not allow him to protect or win the whole time. Timeout, AZ Compass. Coach Caffey is going to want to talk this over. He's not happy about the way that that press was situated there.
Yeah, you have to come help the defender, but we'll be back after this timeout.
Welcome back here with 11:13 to go in the first half. AZ Compass leads Hoop Nation 9-3. AZ Compass playing well, but Coach Caffey did not like the way that that press break was going right to the start. Calls a timeout. He was very animated in that timeout, telling the boys, hey, we got to keep the pressure on. Kicks out, swings to the corner, knifes inside, no good.
Get out and one.
Caden House on the N1 there. Foul's going to be on 21, Isaiah Rogers. His first. It's going to be the fourth team foul, so one more away from that bonus. Of course, the bonus is going to be at 5 team fouls in each 8-minute quarter of the half. Then the fouls will reset. Butler brings the ball up, gets it to Agbo on the corner. Swings around for Peyton. Looking for the lob play.
Gets it. That's two. Whip.
He's going to get him on the carry. Not a call you see very often anymore in the high school game is that carry.
Not at all.
And House does not like that. He's telling him, that's just a dribble move. I just brought it back. Ogbo to inbounds to Rogers. Rogers working against Kalik House to the corner to Butler.
Foul on
This should be on Malik Caffey.
Caffey. Oh,
James Turner.
James.
James Turner is that's going to be on. Wholesale hockey lineup shift here for Hoop Nation. As Jaden Berry, Jaden Yin, Keziah Law, Carter Brown all check in for the Huskies. Brown working up top to Yin. Yin goes up, passes it off to Nate Wright, and
Travel.
that's going to be a travel
Travel.
against Carter Brown. Turnover again for Hoop Nation. Interesting decision there by Coach Giles to go with the full hockey shift. 5 for 5. Bringing the second unit. Reminds me a little bit of the old UK days when the Wildcats would do 2 platoons
Yeah.
under old head coach.
Probably trying to get some energy out from
Should
the
be
bench.
should be shooting here. That's a 15 foul. Interesting.
So AC Compass will be shooting free throws for the next minute and 57 seconds
Before it resets. Yep.
before it resets. So as long as they stay aggressive, they can keep going, getting to the line, getting 3 points.
Do you have a pen?
Made one there.
Yin working on the wing. Thinks about rising up, doesn't. Passes it off to right. Tipped there by Caden House. 12 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
AZ Cup is just switching everything. If you see on all ball screens, they switch everything. Just like that, jump the screen, fast break.
House to Caffey. No good on the layup. Yin in transition the other way to Barry. Rises up for
Mid
the
range.
mid-range.
Nope, that's off. Going, staying.
Possession going to go to AZ Compass.
A lot of quick stuff for AC Compass and Hoop Nation today.
Checking in is 32. Not on the roster, so we're going to see who that is. We're going to find out soon. Foul's going to be on Barry here. And that's going to send Caden House to the line to shoot 2. You know, you talked about AZ switching every single ball screen. That's a luxury that you can have when you have guys that can guard all 5 positions.
Definitely.
Especially against a smaller team in Hoop Nation, you're able to switch those bigger guards onto those other big men, have a little bit of that speed advantage for them. And that's something that's going to see how that plays out throughout the rest of the game, and also going to be a big key to AZ Compass's success this upcoming season when they play in that EYBL Scholastic League. Yin rises up just a 2.
Long two, but
Long 2, but Points nonetheless right now for
AG Compass right back to the free throw line, being aggressive, getting downhill quickly. AG Compass goes very quick in the shot clock. They don't wait to set up their offense. If they can get downhill, they're gonna get downhill.
so Edgar Martinez at the line here.
Made the first one. Missed the second.
Second one, no good.
Hoop
As
Nation's
Keziah
got
Law gets the rebound. Yin, quick trigger, long rebound.
the pace is getting picked up now for the dunk.
Oh, slams it home for Quincy Wadley.
Fast pace. The pace is picking up now. He's going to get out and run.
And that's going to play into AZ Compass's hand. And there's a turnover.
Suffocating defense from AT Compass.
And Coach Giles is not going to be happy about his team getting sped up there by the defense of AZ Compass. He's going to want them to maintain composed. You're not going to want to get into that run and gun game with AZ Compass. Their athleticism is going to be overwhelming. So you're going to have to slow it down a little bit, get into your sets. As you see, AZ Compass right back down the floor again. Knifing through the lane.
And another layup.
And that's DeMarcus Henry again. Ian working up top against Eicher. He triggers off the front end. Henry with the rebound. And that's going to be AZ Compass ball. Bailout there for AZ Compass as Henry just loses possession of the ball. But Carter Brown last touch to touch it. Checking in for Hoop Nation is Ian Awale. Seeing his first action of the night today. I think Coach Giles, after this slow start, is just looking for somebody to be able to do something and give him a spark on some end of the floor. You saw him with that platoon sub. Now he's making some quick other subs. Just seeing if anybody can get going in this game that can make a difference and slow down AZ Compass. That's
Right.
House working. Step back. Kicks it out to Henry.
Now AT Compass is just
Wadley just rising up. Would you say AZ Compass is feeling themselves a little bit right now? They don't think that there's much that Hoop Nation can do to stop them.
they getting everything downhill, open shots, turnovers.
Rising up and just kind of saying, hey, try and stop me.
And then on the defensive side, they can't get their offense off on Hoop Nation. Suffocating defense.
I mean, it's really hard when you got the 6'8" Henry out there just absolutely harassing you from the top of the key. Well, that's going to go to possession to Hoop Nation. Going to get a shot clock reset. Subs coming in. James Turner checking in back into the ball game for AZ Compass. And Chris Lust seeing his first action for Hoop Nation. He gets the ball up top. Working against Wadley. To Yin. Yin will pull it from there. And Carter Brown for two with a tough move inside.
So first bucket in a while for Hoop Nation. Much needed though. Now they're playing defense. Good hustle.
Good job.
Just couldn't
And
contain the ball.
a little bit of life though there for Hoop Nation on that possession. Gets the bucket, you're able to cause a turnover. Obviously wasn't able to corral it completely, but gotta have a little bit of a spark there, something to get them going. Maybe that'll jumpstart them.
They gotta play for the stops now more than the buckets. Getting more stops, keep the game close. Because the bucket's gonna come, maybe get you to the line a few times. So they gotta get the stops and then get the back in the game slowly, possession by possession.
Absolutely. Coach Giles is going to be preaching that the entire time. Just don't give up. Rely on our defense. The baskets will fall. They can score. We saw them score out the gym yesterday. Yin able to hit a bunch of tough threes. Butler was able to knife through the lane. Rogers was doing his thing. So they can score the basket. But can they keep the game close long enough to be able to get those guys going? House tries to lob to Wadley. No good. Turnover there. And there you go. Stop for Hoop Nation. Now can you turn it into points on the other end? Lusk up top 2. Law to Yin. Yin working. Wants that. Triggers the 3. And
Good
there it is
shot.
right there. And that's what you need. You give your guys some time to be able to score. Keep the defense around, and now here comes some more defense. House up top.
In the corner.
Wadley in the corner. Step back. Going to be a
Long
2.
two. Other side of the backboard.
And there it is again. Another stop by Hoop Nation. Yin triggers.
Heat check.
Short off the
Nope.
front.
Got rebound.
Rebound by Lusk. Over to Law. Back to Yin. Brown on the wing. Trying to work against. Lusk up top against House. Looking for the screen.
Okay, defense by House.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
Hey,
Brown inside blocked.
AZ Compass for the stop. Can they
There's
come down? Oh, timeout.
timeout again. AZ Compass. AZ Compass takes a timeout. We'll step away here with 5:06 to go. AZ Compass leads Hoop Nation 20-12. Back here at Coronado High School for some Border League action. The Border League, obviously the last chance for these teams to play as their clubs before the high school season begins. A little bit of a warm-up tournament. Also a good time for them to be able to see, as we see House there cut inside and lay up. Good time for these guys to get exposed to college coaches. We've seen a lot of different college coaches in the building today. Over the course of the weekend, we've had Tom Izzo, Sean Miller. I've seen the UNLV's new head coach, Josh Pashner. And just a great time for them to be able to evaluate talent before they get into their season, be able to talk to these young kids as the open period is still available before that high school season begins. Kalik House now working up top. Dishes it to Henry. Caden House now to his brother Kalik. Inside to Turner. Oh, and put down by Wadley. That's 2 different dunks that Wadley's had now where he's playing above the rim.
Is it sneaky bounce or is it just bounce?
I think that's just bounce, man. I mean, you look at him, long, athletic. Definitely a guy that I want to be able to play with. Another one inside.
A reverse layup.
Well, reverse layup. Athletic as can be. Do you see the roll and bounce back up on the back end of that?
Yes. Also with the old school baggy look, baggy shirt look.
With the Kobe Bryant wristband up on his elbow. House rises.
Foul.
That's going to stay here. They're going to get Hoop Nation on a foul. I believe that's going to be on Ian Awale.
Number 3.
Oh,
Yin.
check that. They're going to call that on Yin. Okay.
Yin.
So Yin underneath on the box out. You know, being a 5'10" guard playing down there with guys that are 6'6", 6'7", He's got to be looking at ref like, what do you want me to do, man? I'm just trying to box out. He's trying to defend the 6'8" Henry right here.
Oh,
And
offensive
they're going to get
foul.
Henry going the other way.
Offensive foul. LO to good defense by Yin though. All up in his grill. No space. Got the charge.
Make the longer Henry really have to work.
That's what you gotta do as a small guard. Defend.
Barry brings it up. Lusk trying to work on the end, directing traffic. Brown in the short corner now. Lusk driving, kicks Barry from the corner. Still can't find enough baskets to string together.
Gotta,
Henry running the floor.
gotta come open shots.
And he finds a way to get it to fall. Hoop Nation trying to push the pace here. I don't know if that plays well into their game, though, against the AZ Compass. I think AZ Compass wants this game to get fast, to be able to use their athleticism as a turnover there, as Brown can't handle the pass from Yin.
The
And
faster this game gets, the faster AZ Cup is gonna get relaxed.
absolutely, that's going to play right into what they want. They want to get out. They want to run in transition. They want to get those dunks, play above the rim. Another wholesale lineup change here for Hoop Nation as the starters check back in. See if maybe that time on the three from Henry in the corner doesn't do well for that.
AZ has went from a 10-point lead to almost a 20-point lead in a matter of 6 minutes.
Ooh, and they were about to have another one as Henry just stepped out of bounds before being able to corral that rebound. But AZ Compass had runners out in front, so a little bit of a bailout there for Hoop Nation as they get the ball back. Maybe a little bit of time on the bench there for these starters was able to reset their focus. Coach Giles making a little bit of a point that if you guys aren't going to get it done, we'll try to find somebody to do it. Ogbo trapped in the corner, but fouled by Turner. Coach Caffey does not agree.
Coach is bothered by that. He said he was swinging elbows. Why is this fouling us?
Butler to trigger. Directing traffic from the top. And he tries to go against that 7-foot Alex Enzor, and that's just denied. And, you know, I watched that as Hoop Nation goes, and they're trying to speed that game up, but I really think they got to get into some sets. I haven't seen them be able to run through an entire set, get to a second or a third option. Butler works on the wing, kicks to Ogbo.
It's
Ogbo
hard with this
looks.
AZ Cup defense to get to your sets just like that. You know, you try and move the ball, but they so lanky. And an
And
one.
an one for Caden House. The hoop and the harm. Foul's going to be on number 21, Isaiah Roger. So that's going to be his third. Now, of course, here in the Border League, they get 6. So not something really to worry about here with only 1:53 to go in the first half.
But
But
if you get 4, you got to come out for most of the second half now.
absolutely.
So that's the danger of playing with 3 right now. You know, with AZ Cup is so aggressive, that fourth one is easy to be picked up.
We'll see how that transitions on the defensive side as Rogers gets the ball here now. Ogbo up top. Butler in the corner. Over to Patton. Patton trying to drive through.
This defense is
This defense for AZ Compass is just suffocating. You think that you have a lane, and then all of a sudden there's a whole arm, a whole body in the way. The length of AZ Compass right now is just debilitating to the Hoop Nation offense. Again, just in all the passing lanes.
Every passing lane is closed.
It looks open for a second, and Butler looked like he was going to say somebody else try to get this ball in here.
Just like when you walk into the store, it looks open, but it's really closed. You hate that feeling.
Lights are on, but the doors are locked. And that can be some success there. When they get Esnar away from the basket and have to force him to defend the three-point line, they've had a little bit of success. They forced another foul on him as Iker Martinez checks into the game again, going from 7-1 to 6-11.
That's unfair.
Again, tallest player on the team for Hoop Nation is 23 Sterling Williardson, who we haven't seen tonight, and he's only listed at 6'8". On the floor now is Jaden Smith working against him, 6'7". So clear height advantage across the board for AZ Compass. Refs are going to get DeMarcus Henry here on a foul. That's going to be his second.
Isaiah Rogers with the ball. Brings up to the corner for three. Widely off. AZ Compass on the run. Fast break.
It looks like an open shot for Agbo there, but then you see the hand of AZ Compass come flying off the line. 30 seconds to go in the half. Henry drives, pulls up, good. And if you watch Coach Giles on the sideline right now, there's not much coaching going on from him. I think he's kind of looking at this right now and saying, fellas, they're bigger, they're longer. There's not much more we can do right now. We just got to keep playing.
Yeah, right now it's just all about effort. You know, it is a big deficit, but you have a whole second half to play. You can change the second half with your effort.
Absolutely, as Rogers goes to the line. Misses.
Gotta make the free throws.
And AZ Compass will play for one here. 10 seconds to go. Wadley brings the ball up. Working against Rogers,
Okay.
and he's going to get on carry.
Got stuck on his hip.
1 second to go here.
Oh, look like they put it at 2 seconds.
2 seconds. So the 2 seconds going to reset the clock to 2 seconds.
Thought it was 1 second, but we'll take it. We'll take 2.
Rogers gets it.
From half court. Ooh.
Close. And that's the end of the first half there. As we have AZ Compass leading 38, Hoop Nation 14. We'll be back for second half action right after this.
Stop playing.
Welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada. AZ Compass taking on Hoop Nation in the Border League. AZ Compass with a lead of 38-14 was absolutely devastating in that first half when it came to the defensive side of the ball. They're going to get the ball here to start. As Coach Gal searching for some answers on offense, trying to figure out how to get some points. 14 points, not indicative of how powerful the offense is of Hoop Nation, but rather the defense of AZ Compass. I don't think that Hoop Nation is a bad offensive team.
No, it's just the defensive presence of AZ Compass is just high motive. You can't stop it. It's a high freight train that doesn't stop. Oh, quick turnover,
Quick
travel.
turnover travel on AZ Compass there. Back to the defensive end. Smallest guy on the floor right now is the 6'1 Malachi Caffey
For AC Compass.
for AZ Compass. Foul on DeMarcus Henry. And that's his fourth. So interesting to see how he's going to handle the rest of this half as he picks up his fourth personal foul. Again, Border League action, we're going to get 6 fouls. Rogers knifes in.
Ooh,
Again,
bounces out.
just bounces out. Great. Probably the best look that they've seen on a drive from the top of the key. Rogers in the corner, triggers, and that's good. And he's got to love to see that happen. See the
Definitely.
ball go through the cup.
I watched him a few times last year, and he was a prolific scorer. Very efficient, very high scoring for this Hoop Nation team last year at Border League. But they went right direction. Cut down this league slowly, but you gotta get stops.
Centennial Corona obviously playing in that CIF division down there with Sierra Canyon, Mater Dei, just a gauntlet of teams. So you have to know that they are going to be in the mix. But AZ Compass, of course, playing in the EYBL Scholastic, just overpowering them as Wadley attacks the rim. Doesn't get it to fall, but foul going to the line, shooting 2.
This AZ Compass team, once they get downhill, you got either take a charge or not try to foul. Because you send them to a line quickly with these 5 fouls.
Wadley hits the first. Good for the second as well. Butler been quiet today. We saw him yesterday be able to create some shots for himself, be able to distribute the ball, and really get the Hoop Nation offense going in their matchup yesterday. But nothing today, again, with that defense from the AZ Compass. And we talk a lot about it, but I don't think you can talk enough about how powerful it's been for them, how much of a difference maker it's been today.
Inbound out.
Good little lob play on the inbounds, but not able to finish. Swing pass to the corner, Wadley,
Only for 3.
and that's good.
There's a reason why AZ Compass go by Dragons. They like to defend and they're fiery on offense.
Absolutely. Force another turnover there. It's just miscommunication.
Floater. Wow. Oh. Alex. Inzor with the cleanup.
With the reverse slam there, off the lob.
Was that a lob or was that a floater just missed?
We're going to say that
It
was a
a
lob.
lob.
Come on, he tried that. He saw, that's court vision right there, is what we're going to say from the young Caffey. Uncharacteristic turnover there for AZ Compass team today.
This is day 3 of Border League, a great 3-day event hosted in Las Vegas, Nevada. We thank y'all for joining us on these 3 days.
Again, just can't get the baskets to fall. And it's one of those days for Hoop Nation.
AZ Company is hype as the young Caffey gets the layup.
Another turnover by Hoop Nation as Yin checks in.
Caffey is a sophomore in class of 2028, so I know the vets on this team, a lot of seniors, are happy for him to get his action in and show him some love for his layups.
Ty Patton attacking the rim, getting the basket to go. I mean, talk about this experienced team, but the young Caffey getting a lot of action today, and you can see why. He's been a difference maker. He hasn't made any real mistakes. He's been really good on both ends, being able to create, play defense. As he walls up there, they're going to get him the foul on the hook, but I'm not sure if he hooked him or if Rogers hooked him.
That's one of them pro moves right there by Rogers. Hook the small defender, make it look like he's fouling you, but you really hooking him like James Harden.
Yep, absolutely. And then going up and selling it. That's veteran. That's a vet move by the senior Rogers. Excuse me, the junior Rogers. Martinez checking back into the game for Enzor.
Just noticing this, Hoop Nation only has one senior on the team.
Interesting.
Number 10, Jaden Smith, is the only senior on Hoop Nation. Hoop Nation cannot find a bucket. Just another lid on it. Second half, very stagnant on the scoring, and AZ Cuppers gets anything they want.
Patton up top. Working against Henry. Henry just a junior. Imagine with his play this weekend, his stock will be rising a little bit.
Oh, big time.
Bailed out just a little bit there as he lost control, but the ball bounced off of Patton. Gonna get a timeout, Hoop Nation. We'll step away for just a minute as we follow through with this second half action here between Hoop Nation and AZ Compass. We are back with second half action of AZ Compass and Hoop Nation. Before the break, we were talking about Hoop Nation just having one senior.
Yep.
And looking back at their roster from last year, only graduated 3 seniors on a team full of freshmen and sophomores that led them into the playoffs of the CIF Division One, where they fell to Sierra Canyon, eventual champions, led by obviously Bryce James and company. But those guys off to college now. Bryce James attending the University of Arizona, and Centennial Corona coming back with multiple starters on that team, with just Jaden Smith being the lone senior this year. So they're going to look to be able to capitalize on that for the next couple years.
Definitely. Also, Monroe Centennial didn't just have an NBA draftee, Carter Bryant, to the Spurs this year. So they do produce NBA talent.
Definitely a
And, AZ Compass has a lot of NBA talent too. Going from Ty Ty Washington at one of the latest ones.
AZ Compass, also one of those schools that, being a prep school like that, they're able to go and find that talent and get it to come year after year. As you can see, we have a lot of different talented players this year. One of the keys of those prep schools, though, is being able to get that talent year after year, as sometimes it's only for a year, maybe it's 2 years, but oftentimes, having to look for it and retool every single year. House makes the first one, gets the second as they push that lead up to 29 now. 11:40 to play here. And again, for Hoop Nation, I don't think this should be a discouraging game at all. I think that you're going to go back, watch the film, talk about this. This is a game that's going to help you in that CIF division.
The loaded TIF division.
Absolutely. But one that I think that Hoop Nation is going to be able to compete in. They got in last year as a 16 seed. Majority of their players obviously being freshmen, sophomores. Um, so there you go. Rogers is going to be a big key to that as well.
Definitely.
To play with him, Agba, and then the lone senior Smith, those guys are going to be able to lead them as the house gets another one to go for him. So Coach Gal is no stranger, obviously, to rebuilds, no stranger to winning. Has won a couple CIF titles himself. Obviously, though, the landscape of high school basketball changing over the last few years.
Very much so.
Landscape in amateur sports in general changing the last few years. NIL coming in, transfer portal. You're seeing some of that trickle down now into the high school game. Obviously, the rise of prep schools.
Yep.
Being
And
one of those. We saw one of those last year, Utah Prep, with the number one, AJ DeBonsa, committing to BYU, which was, kind of one of those things that people didn't expect, A, him to go to Utah Prep, but then B, to be able to transition that into BYU. Huge win for the new staff there with the Cougars.
definitely see what they're gonna do.
Very indicative of just the changing landscape overall in college and high school sports.
Funny thing about it is his first games in college is out here in Vegas.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the funny part. So, last year he was at Border League for the first games of the preseason, and again he's gonna be in Vegas again.
Make himself a nice little home.
Yep.
Utah Prep not too far away from Las Vegas either, at a Hurricane,
Yep.
Utah.
A
Just,
2 hour drive.
just about a 2-hour drive right past St. George. Many thought that him going to Utah Prep was kind of the telltale that he was going to go to BYU. Yin working inside to Butler, who triggers. That lid is just still Three for Yin, no good.
Good hustle though. Ooh,
It's going to stay Hoop Nation basketball.
with 9.5 minutes to go.
Defensive record number 31, Alex Ensor.
Smith in the corner. Working up top against Summers. Butler working against House. Butler tries to knife his way in over the top of the 7-1 Ensner, no good.
That wingspan is tough. Makes sure.
AZ comes back the other way. Ensner trying to get the offensive game going this time. Fouled there.
And Kaden Hodge, even with the ball dead, just makes a ridiculous fade corner three, like it's nothing.
That's just
Rotation foul number 10, Jaden
the
Smith.
talent.
His
I
second
mean,
personal fifth team foul.
that he has, him and his brother, obviously helping to lead this AZ Compass team.
To a Nike EYBL
Alex Ensor on
Scholastic
foul.
Championship.
Another
Entering for AZ
thing
defensive
of
record
the
number
change of
13,
landscape
Blair.
now, having the EYBL not just on the
Entering
summer
for Hoop
circuit
Nation number 4,
with the
Michael
AAU
Rash.
teams, but now transitioned to the Scholastic circuit last year. Giving those prep schools a little bit different of a schedule rather than just the national thing, but more of a traditional league-esque type. Obviously, looking to get to the Chipotle Nationals at the end of the season.
Mhm.
Brown, no good. Rebound corralled by Summers. House walks it up. 8:43 to go. House splits up and under.
Oh, Israel tried to dunk it but missed.
Move ahead to
Fast break.
Butler.
Block
And again, just
by the young sophomore.
there's Caffey pushing the other way. Rises up. That was going to bring down the AZ Compass bench. Was going to go bananas for that one if the young sophomore hit that. There's Esnor out on the wing trying to defend. Commits the foul. Anytime that they've gotten Esnor to come away from the basket, they've had success. Whether it's forcing him to foul or getting the blow by. So something to look at as well from both sides, right? From the Hoop Nation side, they see that there's an opportunity there. From the AZ Compass side, saying, "Hey, big fella, let's not chase there. We'll give up the three. We'll see what happens, but maybe stay inside a little bit and protect the rim."
Maybe you just do the jumping method where he just stays there and just jumps his hands up.
Yeah.
Entering for AZ defensive record number 32, Hector Martinez.
Coach Caffey giving him a little bit of instruction as he checks out now. Keziah Law at the line, made the first one, hits the second one. And now he's going to come. Oh, number
Massa,
12, Nate Wright checking in for Jaden Smith. House to Summers. Summers thinking about it. Back up to House. Surveying. Inside to Turner. Turner working on the high. House rises.
the same shot he made in the corner he just made right now. Just like that. What was
They're
it?
going to just give him a 2 on that. So they're going to say his foot was on the line as the referee from the other side comes in very quickly to say that was a 2. House disagrees. House says, I know where I was at. Why would I shoot a 2 from there when I could take half an inch back and make it a 3? But he says, young fella, you guys are leading. So Coach Caffey telling him to take a seat.
Mid-range by Hoop Nation. Rebounded by AZ Compass.
That lid is on the basket
Travel.
tight.
Tight. Travel by the big fella. Can't get up. Nope, you can't get up, big fella. You gotta stay down.
7 minutes to go here. Border League action. Yin up top. Wheeling and dealing. Loses the ball. Last touch by Wadley. Going to remain Husky basketball.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
Zyla up top working against the 6'11 Martinez. Kicks to the corner. Barry rises from the wing.
No luck.
Rebound by Turner.
Still up, out of bounds. Ref called.
Good hustle play there by Ian Awale, though. Trying to just create something. Hoop Nation elects to pick up full court here.
Has to at this point.
Inbounds it wildly back to the young Caffey. Caffey ahead to Summers. Summers trapped in the corner.
Got him.
Turnover. Good passing lane steal by Yin. Yin pushing the pace. Yin moves, tries to step through.
Just behind. Pass just a little bit late.
Yin was thinking that he was going to stay in the corner there, and Barry was trying to come up and give him a better passing lane, and just a little bit of a miscommunication there, and kind of indicative to how the game's gone for Hoop Nation.
Very much. It seemed like the timing's a little bit off today. Can't find a bucket. Tough to win games like that.
And it could be the fact, like you said, third day of Border League action. Every single game's been tough, high-level basketball, and just coming into that third day, Yin rises. And again, just a little bit off. Maybe not having their legs underneath them as well. A little bit tired, fatigued. But Nate Wright going to the line, gets the offensive rebound and fouled.
First team foul in the fourth quarter. Nate Wright at the line, shooting two.
Looks like Caden House and Alex Izor are checking back in the game after this free throw.
Entering for Hoop Nation, number 15, Isaac Gleason.
Coach Caffey, regardless of the score, is not going to stop coaching his players. He knows that this is not about this game. This is about the EYBL season. This is about the EYBL Scholastic Championship, and what we do right now is going to pay off for what happens in December,
Definitely.
what happens in January, and ultimately where they want to be at the end in February. So we have to make sure that we're playing and we're getting these kinks out now. We're making sure that we're coaching hard, we're playing hard all the way through to the end. And anything less than that, then you're going to come sit next to me and you're going to talk about it. Turner up top, triggers a three, and it's good.
And a lot of these kids are D1 athletes, so they got to get ready D1 life. Because AT Cup does have a lot of seniors. I want to say over 50% of the roster is seniors, so they got to prepare for the next level.
Absolutely. Just two sophomores on the team. Nope, just one. One. The young Caffey, the only sophomore.
One sophomore.
And everybody else is either a junior or a senior. No freshman. Which, again, kind of goes back to that changing landscape that we talked about, where it becomes those 1 and 2 year deals with these prep schools, where they're bringing in the older talent, much like we're going to start to see here with the way the transfer portal works. And there we go. There's a steal. Pushed ahead. And House with just a little bunny hop. But you're seeing that more and more throughout. They want experienced guys. They want guys that have been there, done that. And whether that comes through the transfer portal or guys that they've kind of just homegrown, but they haven't played, and they're waiting till you see those juniors and seniors.
They look like a lot like college, The transfer portal, we need the older vets that can help us win
Caffey
now.
triggers, and that's good. And they treat these, when you're going to these prep schools, they treat these kids like college players. Obviously, they have their schooling that they're going through, their tutoring, their things like that, but it's very much they are basketball all day. They'll have their school time, whatever that may be, whether that be online school or tutoring or in-school session. But for the most part, it's 6 a.m. workouts, it's film, it's all of those things. As we step away here, 4:31 to go in the second half. AZ Compass 69, Hoop Nation 30. Quick action back on that timeout as we're back here now in the Border League. And we're talking about the prep school and how it's all basketball all the time with them. They're traveling, they're going to different cities, states. We talked earlier about a couple of these prep schools that have gone down to different countries. We obviously have the team from Serbia here playing in the Border League. And so this is kind of a different element versus the normal traditional high school basketball team.
And this is
You,
why I think the coaches love watching Border League. It's just nonstop, great high level basketball.
absolutely. And you know that you're getting a lot of quality talent. You're going to be able to see a combination of different talent, either whether it be the high level traditional high school, right, like we see here with the Hoop Nation, or we saw last night with Redondo from Coronado High School, or the Bishop Gormans, LV Orange playing as Sierra Canyon's been here. So those are all traditional high schools. But then you have that mix with the non-traditional with the prep school, as we see with AZ Compass here. And Carter Brown with the step back three. And, that's something we haven't seen today. So that's got to feel good for him to be able to get something going. And what's going to happen if that triggers them to get a little bit of an offensive run. Great find inside to Martinez, and Martinez flushes it home.
I think we're getting to the point where now it's going to become a lot of quick pace, try to score. Pretty much the game is over right now. So try to work on our stuff, on our skill level.
Isaac Gleason getting his first action of the day for Hoop Nation as Yin gets fouled on the inside.
AZ Compass prep foul number 15, James Turner, his fifth personal third-team foul. Jaden Yim with the line, shooting two.
Some more Border League action today is going to switch over from the League Ready YouTube to ESPN for the last 4 games of the day. Part of the SC Next. You're going to get to see some of that.
Next
Hot.
game, we have two of the top girls playing on ESPN. We have Kalina Smith, #1 in the class of 2027. Gigi Smith, Giselle Banks is #4 in her class of 2027.
Also
And you have
preparing for the
Jordan
Hoop
Jackson,
Nation tournament,
#7
Zion
in
Hall.
2026.
So high-level girls hoops going to be on ESPN as the Knights girls take on St. James, followed by at 2 o'clock the New York Crusaders and the Explorers out of Columbus. Explorers looking like a little bit different team now that they don't have the Boozer brothers who are off the Duke, but still have a lot of talent. Jace Richardson there. Then you're going to have the Tribe representing St. John Bosco out of California versus Prolific Prep out of Florida at 4. And then the Nightcap, the Dynamic Prep coming out of Texas, taking on the Blue Knights of California.
That game is going to be crazy. Marcus Peters Jr. versus Tyron Stokes, #1.
Number 1 player versus number 1 player. 1 minute to go here in this game.
The young Caffey is showing out today.
He is, man. He's making a name. He's telling us why he's the only sophomore on the team.
Yes.
He doesn't play like a sophomore. That's why. I might be a sophomore, but I don't act like a sophomore. And he's going to be interesting to watch for the years to come as we see his development, as we see his stock rise. It's going to be another one of those guys whose stock's going to rise. Coach dapping everybody up. That's my boy.
Fourth-team foul. Correction on the foul. Charge that foul to number 31.
And a lot of respect for Coach Caffey. I'm sure that there's nothing because Coach Caffey's, that's his son. That boy has to earn every single thing, and maybe even a little bit more. So that way that he doesn't have that namesake to back him. Hoop Nation just trying to get out of here now unscathed.
Big block.
Reacted.
Another
Gleason
big
blocked
block.
again.
And that is the game, y'all.
And that's going to be the game as AZ Compass 76, Hoop Nation 39. Thank you again for joining us on League Ready for Border League action jump onto your TV for ESPN for more Border League action as they have the Knights girls versus St. James tipping off at 12 noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Thanks again for Mark Mosley. I'm Josh Bennett, and we'll see you next time.